Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today is the first time that we're really diving into MLB The Show 22 content. I'm going to make this one a very quick video. It's going to be basically what the hell we're going to see with the cover pack that we get with the pre-order bonuses. Now, I'm going to go through a little bit of history of the show. I'm going to go through who I think will be in the pack, who I think won't be in the pack, why I don't think they'll be in the pack. So without further ado, let's just hop right into it. Try and keep this under a 5-minute video, so I know y'all got better things to do. So let's look at some of the predecessors here. Now, MLB 98 through MLB 2006 was not technically the show. However, it developed into the show. Now, this was done by 989 Sports. In theory, I guess they could use some of these. I highly doubt that they will, but it's kind of interesting to see who they could technically have in here if they wanted to celebrate the roots of the game. I guess you can't really see it now, but the bold and italic players here, Cal Ripken Jr., Chipper Jones, Andrew, Sean Green, and Vladimir Guerrero, all in the game currently. Could we see an early 87, 85 overall version of these guys? Possibly. Again, highly unlikely, but you never know. Now, some of the other names on here, we've got Bernie Williams, who I would love to see in the game. He was on my list last year for guys that I wanted. Mo Vaughn, also on my list last year. Barry Bonds. I honestly couldn't care less if Bonds is in the game. A lot of people want him. I was never a fan of his. And Eric Chavez, one of the guys that I definitely want in the game. Fantastic bat, Gold Glove, third baseman. I would love to see an Eric Chavez card. Highly doubt that we see any of these, but it is interesting to kind of look at them. Next slide up here, we've got technicalities. So in theory, each of these players was a cover player, not in the US version. In the Korea version, we had Chan-Ho Park in 2006. In 2014 and 15, we had Shin-Soo Choo. Jung-Ho Kang was on the 16 version. Hyun-So Kim was on MLB The Show 17. Now in Taiwan, Wai-Yun Chen has he was on it from 13 to 17. I mean, that's kind of disappointing if you're only getting one player on the cover for 5 years there. Jose Bautista, guy everybody would love to see back. He had a great swing in the game. Was on the Canadian version in MLB The Show 12 and 13. Brett Lowry in 14. Russell Martin, who I'd enjoy seeing back. He'd never be like a high catcher. I think a 95 was his overall card a couple years back, his signature card. MLB The Show 15. Then you got Aaron Sanchez, Marcus Stroman, two active players on 17 and 18. Since then, they have had the same player on the cover in every country. In theory, you could see one of these. I highly doubt it again, but it is interesting to kind of look at that. A lot of people don't even realize that they had an alternate cover. These guys here are guys that are not yet in the game, but guys that I could very easily see. More so, David Wright and Dustin Pedroia. Adrian Gonzalez I would love to see in the game. I don't know if we get him yet. I feel like he's only been out like 2 years maybe. Same with Pedroia. He's only been gone about 2 years. But David Wright is the big one here. When they originally announced the cover athlete, I thought Joe Mauer, Ryan Howard, and David Wright would all be back in it. Yasiel Puig, I don't think is in it. I honestly think that it was a mistake to put him on the cover. I'm a Dodger fan. Everybody knows that. And I never really liked Puig. He had one season. I think he's had one Diamond card his entire Diamond Dynasty career. I don't think he's even in the game anymore since he's not in the MLB. I don't remember seeing his card last year, so he'd only be about 1 year out. I'd say maybe 5% chance we get a Yasiel Puig one. David Wright, I'm going to say about 80%. I really do hope we have a David Wright card. He'd be a bigger legend. I mean, let's face it, this legend class has not been lights out by any means. Dustin Pedroia, he'd be a fun one. He's always topped out about a 97 signature series, but second base is pretty shallow. Wouldn't mind seeing him back. Adrian Gonzalez had diamond fielding, fantastic bat. I always loved his cards. I'd like to see him back. Now the guys that I do not think get cards. Aaron Judge, Bryce Harper, Fernando Tatis Jr., and Shohei Ohtani. A lot of people might look at that and say, what the hell are you smoking? Let's face it, adding an 85 to 87 overall series for the cover, Yes, it's going to be a weaker version of the live series card, but at the same time, they've got a live series card that is already a diamond. Let's say Aaron Judge, he's probably going to be about an 87, 88 overall for his live series. What's the point of giving him 287, 88 overall? I don't really see one. Shohei Ohtani, I could see them doing that one. You could get either the pitcher version or the hitter version. I could see that. You could have it coexist with his live series. I could see that. But Tatis, he'll be a 92, I'd imagine, 93. When the game drops, he's injured already, which, shocker, I knew that would happen. Bryce Harper always seems to be about an 87 in the game, so Bryce Harper I don't see. Tatis, you might get a watered-down version, just because not a lot of people are going to be able to get the 90-something overall right off the bat, unless they get lucky and pull him in a pack, or they just outright buy him. But Shohei, you're going to get the opposite of what his live series card is, either the pitcher or the hitter. And Aaron Judge, no. Harper, no. Tatis, possibly. But I still say no. So who does that leave? All these guys are in the game. All these guys I think you're going to get a card from. David Ortiz, probably going to get a card. However, with Ortiz and Ryan Howard, let's face it, they're the same player. Big bat, not much fielding. David Ortiz, though, he'd have quite a bit more contact than Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard was never really a high contact guy. Joe Mauer, you're going to have high contact, low power. McCutchen, I'd like to see. Imagine his 88-42 series card from last year. That's probably about what you're going to get in this. Probably a little bit more speed, though, since this would be based out of his 2013 season. Or I guess 2012 season in theory. You got Miguel Cabrera there. Let's just look at the live series guys here. McCutchen, Cabrera, Donaldson, and Javi Baez. Javi Baez arguably could be around a diamond. I think he's going to be about an 82, 83 gold to start off with. So I could see him in this. Any of the legends, though, you can get a pretty cool version of these guys early on. Honestly, out of all of these guys, I'm probably looking at Joe Mauer. He's the one that I'm probably most excited for as new legend reveal. Ryan Howard was one that I want, but it's more of an in-game. I want to see his in-game card more than one early on in the season. First base is pretty darn deep. We all know that. Catcher, not so much. So Joe Mauer is one that I'm very excited for. Javi Baez, though, down here, I think he could get one. I don't see him being a diamond off the bat. Let's face it, he's had a couple down years. I don't think he deserves to be a diamond right now. So I could see them giving him one right now just to kind of boost him up a little bit. He was a cover guy at one point, for crying out loud. That's pretty much what I'm seeing here. What do you guys think? Out of all of these guys, who are you actually excited to get? Who do you think you'd pick? I mean, as a Pirates fan, I probably should go with Andrew McCutchen, but I like Joe Mauer. I've always been a huge Joe Mauer fan, and catcher is a very weak spot. I think a Joe Mauer card is going to be kind of like a Jason Kendall card from the past few years. Very high contact and vision with low power, but Mauer had some pretty good fielding. So, who do you guys got? Who do you think? Do you think my picks are okay? Do you think they suck? Let me know. I'll see y'all next time. I'll be back with another video this week. We'll have some more MLB The Show 22 content before it comes out. Some speculation, some more legends that I think they might reveal, and who we can see as Team Affinity collection rewards for the first wave. Maybe not even Team Affinity, maybe just Team Collection awards. We'll mix and match here. But I'll see y'all next time. Have a good one. Stay safe out there.